Greetings. Today I'm introducing to you my research topic titled Preserving the Intangible Heritage of Egyptian Woodwork Craft Through Digital Documentation and Technology, presented by Dr. Dina Mostafa, an Assistant Professor of Interior Design, Design Department at Asst University. And our table of content today will be as follows. We will start with the introduction, moving to the research problem, importance, objectives, and research methodology, moving to a very deep part where it presents the developing of the conceptual vision, then about talking about the technology and the documentation of the intangible heritage methods being applied, then moving to the challenges in preserving the Egyptian woodwork, and focusing on the case studies and best practices, results, conclusion, and ending up with the recommendations. Firstly, about my topic. Mainly the Egyptian folk woodwork is characterized by the intricate geometric patterns, arabesque motifs, and functional artistry, which has been a cornerstone of traditional craftsmanship for centuries. Although globalization, urbanization, and economic shifts have led to a decline in artisans and workshops, but also the integration of the digital documentation that we currently have it nowadays acted as a preservation method, ensuring that designs, techniques, and the cultural narratives are not lost. The research problem is about the Egyptian woodwork craft and how it's renowned for its intricate designs and historical significance, where it is at a risk of fading into obscurity due to the factors such as urbanization, economic shifts, and the decline of traditional craftsmanship. These kind of challenges, which lies in effectively preserving this intangible cultural heritage for future generations. The research importance that preserving the Egyptian woodwork is very crucial for maintaining cultural identity, supporting artisans, and promoting sustainable tourism, where we can enable this through the digital documentation and technology that offers innovative solutions to safeguard and revitalize these kind of traditional crafts. The research objectives focused on four main points. The first point was to assess the current state by evaluating the status of the Egyptian woodwork craftsmanship, identifying the key designs, techniques, and at-risk elements, as well as in number two, exploring the new technological applications like AI, VR, and the 3D scanning as well, and the digital fabrication that can aid in documenting and preserving the woodwork designs. Thirdly, developing the preservation frameworks where we propose strategies that integrating digital technologies into the conservation of Egyptian woodwork. Number four, facilitating the collaboration, encouraging partnerships between traditional artisans, technologists, and cultural institutions to foster the innovation while maintaining authenticity. The research methodology that we applied were applied in the research were based on 5 points. Firstly, the literature review by analyzing the existing research on digital preservation of cultural heritage and Egyptian woodwork craftsmanship, and through also the case studies where it examined a successful digital preservation project, and those case studies were selected based on the use of advanced digital tools, and they had a very successful implementation of heritage conservation strategies and accessibility of documentation. Thirdly, through the interviews that were conducted as a discussion with different kind of artisans, technologists, and cultural heritage experts to gather insights into current practices and challenges. In number 4, we also introduce the technological assessments by evaluating the applicability of digital tools in different kind of methods through the 3D scanning, the VR, the AI, and the digital fabrication to see how each of them can be applied in documenting and preserving the woodwork designs. Framework development was the last phase where we proposed a comprehensive strategy for integrating digital technologies into the conservation of Egyptian woodwork. Developing the concept vision. The conceptual framework will outline the integration of this kind of technological advances into the preservation of the Egyptian woodwork to emphasize the synergy between traditional craftsmanship and modern innovation. This kind of approach aimed to create a sustainable model for cultural heritage conservation that is both authentic and forward-looking. The technology and documentation of intangible heritage. Now we are currently going to talk about the methods that were applied to overcome and present the different kind of technology and documentation. First type of thing is talking about the technology itself. Technology is not only to offer the powerful ways for documenting and preserving the intangible Egyptian woodwork cultural heritage, but it also ensures it remains accessible for the upcoming future generations as well. These kinds of tools help to bridge the gap between traditional artisans and modern audiences while preserving the authenticity of the craft itself. First method, as we can say, it was the 3D scanning and photogrammetry. 3D scanning and photogrammetry are essential in digitally capturing the intricate woodwork designs, where these kind of techniques allow for the creation of precise digital replicas, ensuring accurate documentation of carvings, patterns, and construction method as well. Secondly, the virtual reality, the VR, and the augmented reality, AR, where both of these kind of methods offered an immersive experience that allowed the users to interact with digital representations of traditional Egyptian woodwork, as well as a VR exhibition organized by the Egyptian Heritage Preservation Initiative enabled visitors to explore the detailed reconstruction of an ancient wooden furniture and architectural elements, making the craftsmanship accessible worldwide. Artificial intelligence, the AI for pattern recognitions. The AI-driven machine learning models are being used to analyze and categorize traditional Egyptian woodwork patterns. The AI has been employed to restore the missing wooden inlays in historical furniture, ensuring accuracy in preservation efforts. Digital fabrication and CNC machining, where the digital fabrication technique, as an example for it, the CNC machine and the laser cutting, they both facilitate the reproduction of traditional Egyptian woodwork with a very, very high precision. This integration of all these technologies in heritage conservation programs, such as the Egyptian Handicraft Revitalization Project, has helped the artisans produce historically accurate replicas while reducing the manual labor time. As an example over here, this is a detailed sketch of Nubian-inspired modular sofa set. It showcases various modular configuration of Nubian folk motifs and the earthy colors palette with bold geometric patterns. These designs also include sustainable wooden frames and woven straw accents, along with hidden storage and compartments. So this kind of design that can be updated, reconfigured from position to another as upon the needs of the customers. As the meanwhile, it is keeping the heritage, the patterns, the motives of the Nubian style evident in its design. The challenges that we are facing in preserving the Egyptian woodwork is as follows: through the decline of traditional woodcraft, through many factors such as the loss of skilled artisans, lack of formal training programs, and economic constraints limiting the investments of heritage conservation. So, additionally, balancing technology advancement with cultural authenticity poses a challenge requiring a thoughtful approach to integrate digital tools while preserving the handmade essence of the craft. The case studies that we have applied, and it's a kind of a best practices, we have been choosing the successful initiatives in digital heritage preservation provided valuable insights into the best practices. These kind of best practices were shown as in the digitization of the Islamic wooden artifacts at the Museum of Islamic Art in Cairo, highlighting the effectiveness of the 3D scanning in documenting intricate carvings and patterns. As a result, this research analyzed the effectiveness of digital tools in preserving their impact on accessibility, education, and cultural continuity. The conclusion: as the preservation of Egyptian woodwork craft requires a multidisciplinary approach and that combines heritage expertise, digital technology, and policy support, the research underscores the transformative potential of digital documentation in protecting and promoting traditional craftsmanship. This kind of conclusion highlights the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration and proposes actionable steps for implementing digital preservation strategies, ensuring longevity and vitality of Egyptian woodwork craftsmanship. As a recommendation, through adopting innovative technologies and fostering the collaborative initiatives, Egyptian woodwork can be safeguarded for future generations while remaining an integral part of the nation's cultural identity. I would like to say thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you again. This kind of research paper were presented by Dr. Dina Mostafa, an assistant professor of interior design, design department at Asst University. Thank you all for your efforts.